Another example, let's say that this thought or memory that came up for you during the session is something that feels like it would be too emotionally intense to work on it directly. And so one gentle way that we could apply EFT would be to just tap, or this is called sneaking up, to just tap on the idea of working on this memory. So something like, even though I'm afraid to go there, this is what I'm noticing right now. Or something like, even though I'm afraid it might be too intense to work on this memory, this is what I'm noticing right now. So with this kind of sneaking up approach, again, we are gently taking the edge off the memory or the thought itself that we are targeting, and we are working on it indirectly behind the scenes without having to necessarily name each aspect or every detail about the memory itself. Another way to apply EFT in a gentle way, in this case, would be, let's say that just thinking or noticing that this memory or this thought showed up for you, you feel, for example, this tightness in your throat. And so we can just tap while focusing on the physical sensation without making any reference whatsoever to the memory itself. As, for example, even though I feel this tightness in my throat, it's shaped like a ball and it feels heavy, and if it had a color, it would be black, and if it had a temperature, it would be very cold. This is what I'm feeling right now. And so by tapping on that physical sensation, again, we are indirectly behind the scenes, we are working on diminishing the intensity for the different aspects or details of the memory itself. Or something else we could do is to just say, even though there is this memory or there is this event, right here, right now, I'm okay. Even though there's this memory or this event, right here, right now, I'm okay. Even though there's this memory, right here, right now, I'm okay. This memory, this memory, this memory, this memory. And so what we are doing here is, again, we are tapping on the memory without disclosing any details about it or without mentioning any triggering details or information about the memory itself. So it's like we are working on it at a distance. So it's a gentler, more indirect way to begin working on it, so as to start taking the edge off the emotional intensity that it has. And something else that we can do to apply EFT in a gentle way on a memory or thought that might be too emotionally intense to work on directly is to come up with a safe container or location that you choose in your imagination that we place that memory there. So let's say it's like a golden treasure chest that I'm placing in the bottom of the ocean, like very far away. And we're just tapping on the description of this container. So something like, even though there's this golden treasure chest in the bottom of the ocean and it has a golden lock on it and it's very heavy and it's in the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, I accept myself anyway. Or right here and right now, I am okay. And even though there's this golden treasure chest, it has a lock on it and it's very heavy and it's in the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, I accept myself anyway. And so we simply tap on the description of this container. So something like this golden treasure chest, there's this golden treasure chest, it's very heavy, it's in the bottom of the ocean, this golden treasure chest. And then between rounds, we simply notice whether you perceive it as being located in the same place, whether the shape, the size, the different details of the container itself or of the location itself are the same, or if they have changed in any way. Either way, it's okay. And we simply keep tapping on the current description of this container or location. And again, we are, by doing that, we are indirectly behind the scenes. We are working on diminishing the intensity of the different aspects or details of the memory itself. So that is why it's also known as one of the gentle techniques from EFT.